Welcome to Business on JN today, and the Chamber of Mines is making the case for government to deal strictly with Chinese nationals who indulge in illegal mining. The Chinese government has argued that the narrative of China playing a major role in the menace of Galamsey is unfortunate, but Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Suleiman Akuni, tells Joy News that government must enforce the laws even if it darkens relations with China.
The government and the people of China should understand that this is a sovereign state and we have laws, and our laws should be respected. Yes, we want to have good relations with China. China is a big player in the world economy now, and we know who they are in terms of their prowess in the scheme of things. So, but they should, in spite of the size of Ghana and who we are a sovereign state, and our laws need to be respected. So for me, it's a question of, communicating and making the people of China and then the High Commission understand that we are not unfairly targeting China. The reality is that, look, when you go to the ground, you see a number of Chinese people engage in illegal mining. And this is contrary to what the laws of the country says. If the Chinese want to do mining, the law allows them to actually get licenses and do formal large-scale mining. But small-scale mining is dedicated to Ghanaians and Ghanaians only. So if certainly they actually, flouting the laws of this country, naturally the law has to take its course. And of course, this has to be explained to the people of China, as simple as that.
Now, HFC is the best bank in terms of response to customer phone calls to get one issue or the other addressed. That's according to the Banking Industry Telephony Efficiency BITE Index, which adjudged HFC the most telephone efficient bank.
HFC Bank emerged the ultimate BITE winner with a score of 53% compared with an industry average response rate of just 21%. Kofi Asamoah is the chief executive of Wallsbridge, the market research firm which conducted the survey. He explained to Joy Business at the launch of the report what this means.
Different banks won in different categories, except when you put all the figures together, HFC tops. It doesn't necessarily mean that they did better than everybody in all the categories. It simply means that when you put their highs and their lows together, in all, they stand tall among their colleagues. It may be that they are well trained than other banks. It may be that they have better systems than other banks, etc., etc. It's just like writing exams in classroom. You may do well in some subjects and you may not do so well in some subjects. But when you put all the subjects together, one person will come up top. And maybe that person, you did better in mathematics than him. But everything put together,
In the other categories, Access Bank came up tops in telephone etiquette with an 89% score, while HFC and Carl Bank both scored 89% to jointly emerge best bank in pricing information consistency.
Telephone etiquette is basically how you talk to people on phone, how you relate to them, whether you are friendly, whether you introduce yourself, especially in a business call. You have to introduce yourself to the person, introduce the company, you have to greet, you have to find out what you can do to help them, and you have to listen patiently. And if you are interested in their business, you should be able to take their phone number, take their name, and even follow up. So that is the second thing we looked at, the telephone etiquette. Then we also felt that sometimes people get conflicting information from different branches of the same bank. So, for example, I go to Abosokan branch and I want to find out how much I have to pay for a checkbook. Maybe they say 20 cedis. Then you go to the Dansoma branch, somebody says 30 cedis. Now, it can create mistrust and erode confidence. So we also want to measure the extent to which there are consistencies or inconsistencies in the information. So that's what we call the pricing information consistency. Then we also look at how they present the information to you, and that is what we call the product knowledge presentation skills. Because when you go to any company, in this case a bank, and you want to do business with them, it is expected that the people are trained enough to know your level and communicate to you in a way that you understand.
The survey done by way of telephone mystery shopping also showed that almost half of the calls are simply ignored in the banking industry.
And we have an interesting conversation coming up at the top of the hour. That's at 1 o'clock. First 100 days of the Akufo-Addo government from the business perspective. My colleague Georgia will be anchoring.